Hello, everyone. Today we have a special episode. We're going to talk about one of the most classic horror movies of all time, Halloween from 1978. And oh my God, yesterday when we saw this movie, let's just say we had a heated debate about this movie. So
Um,
you best believe we're going to talk about this today. But, anyways, to start off the podcast, my name is JP.
my name is Sebastian. What's up,
And
guys?
and this is the Stay Till the Credits podcast. All right, guys.
This is our Halloween special. So we're going to be
Halloween
talking about
special.
Halloween, mainly the 1978 and 2018 ones, but we'll talk about the other ones here and there.
Yes. Yes. For some people like me, I had never seen the original Halloween movie. I saw the one from 2018 when it came out in theaters, but I had no idea about the past. And but I know that there's a lot of different movies.
Um,
And I mean, I know there's like different timelines and everything now, but I don't know. It's
I
confusing.
I wanted to ask you. So you had seen the 2018 one.
Yes.
Did you know anything about the first one when you saw that movie, or did you just go in like blind?
I well for I know I went with like my girlfriend, but
Mhm.
I know for a fact that she went blind. She had no idea. I mean, all we know is Michael Myers, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just know it's Michael Myers and then it's Jamie Lee Curtis. That's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much it.
That's actually really interesting. I think that might be why we have very like different opinions on the original movie because like and on the 2018 one a little bit also, which I'll talk about later. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I just think that's pretty interesting that you went in like 100% blind, basically.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, I before I went to actually go see the 2018 one, like I actually put it in my mind or like on my list, like, oh, I need to watch the original one.
Mhm.
But because I actually Googled it, like I Googled it like how many Halloween movies are there to prepare for 2018 one, like because I wanted to see it. And then I saw that there's like six movies or like and then I read about the different timelines and then I just got all confused. And
Yeah,
then but then one said that, oh no, but this new one is
yeah,
like it retcons everything.
yeah.
So it's like, what's the point? Like I was so
It's like what it's a new thing that they're doing in horror movies these days. I call it a requel or reboot sequel, where um it's like the same name. They did it with Candyman too. It's like there's the same name as the original, but it's a sequel to the original. But it's also like ignoring the previous movies, so it's kind of like a soft reboot. Um,
yeah.
my
A lot
theory,
of movies do that
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah, my theory is that they're gonna do that with the new Scream movie also.
Mm.
Scream 5, which is just called Scream. It's very similar to these movies that I just talked about, like Halloween and
I think they announced the release date
Candyman.
today, didn't they? For Scream?
No, I think they announced a release date like a while ago. It's coming out
Oh,
2022, and I think it's going to come out December.
really?
I
Oh.
think. Supposedly the trailer should be dropping soon, so I'm really excited for that. Um, if you guys don't know, I'm the horror movie guy. I love horror movies. Um,
Yeah. If you need someone to tell you what a good horror movie is, Sebastian's the guy. And I've said it before when we reviewed the other horror movies that we talked about. Like I'm not a horror movie person,
yeah.
but since we started this podcast, I'm open to it and I do want to watch more
Mhm.
horror movies. And I mean, we did yesterday. We
Yeah,
watched
we saw horror history yesterday because while Halloween wasn't the first like slasher movie or like the first horror movie in any way, it's really what standardized the slasher genre. So after Halloween, we got like Friday the 13th. We got a bunch of different slashers all based around like holidays. Just trying to cash in on like the same impact that Halloween had. And I know you have different opinions, but I think this movie, like I think even 43 years later, like it holds up surprisingly well. Like the first time I saw this, okay, picture this. My parents were gone for like the night. They went to a party. I didn't want to go. It was during AMC. Like they have like a Fright Fest thing, so it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It was just me in my room, lights dark, and I was watching this on my TV. And I gotta say that was like the really appropriate like atmosphere to like watch that movie. And and I don't know, man. I like it scared me back then, but I was a little bit young. Um, but I
Maybe.
think it still kind like holds up surprisingly well.
I mean,
Um,
you did set a nice setting yesterday when we
I
watched the
did.
movie.
Um,
Yeah,
so for the
yeah.
people listening, I had a little party yesterday. I invited JP, our girlfriends, and like a bunch of other friends. I put a projector up, so it was facing the wall. I played Halloween. We were just in
On the outside,
we were on,
they had mentioned.
we were outside. It was pretty dark. I didn't have any lights out. Just eating
Yeah,
pizza, having drinks, watching scary movies. It was pretty good. Pretty good
yeah.
setting.
It was a fun time,
Yeah.
but everyone was like just talking about the movie because we were all having different discussions,
Yeah.
and it was basically a debate during the movie.
It was basically me against everybody.
Yeah, everyone was saying. By the way, sorry guys if my voice sounds a little bad, but anyways, um, Sebastian, we all said that he was kind of biased against this movie, and I don't know. Maybe
Whatever,
he
man.
is.
Whatever.
Maybe he
I
is.
look. I don't think I'm biased. I think. Well,
No,
I'm
dude. I
look.
mean, you
I
are.
I would think the only time, or like I'm only biased because I like horror movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I
and
know
what
what you mean.
and when I think of horror movies, I think of, oh shit, dude, like Halloween is a classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Like
course. Everyone knows it as a
you,
classic.
I'm a little biased in that way. I don't think it's one of my favorite movies, like top 10 favorite movies. Um,
Mhm.
maybe I think I would say it's like number 10 favorite horror movies for me, just because it's like, like, what's the word? Um, what's the word? Not impactful. Like,
I mean, it kind of set the standard,
yeah, that's what I just forgot the word. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it
It's
set the standard. Like I wouldn't have the horror movies I love now without Halloween. So
of course.
I owe it that much.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah. I mean, I can respect that.
yeah, I don't care what you guys say. I like the movie. I like the movie. That's all I'm
No,
gonna say.
no.
I like the
Look,
movie.
I can respect it, and I know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's so early on in 1978, and like we know, it's not one of the first horror
yeah,
movies,
and
but
it
it's
was it
really
was
early
made
on.
for like basically nothing. Like this movie had like a super low budget. I
Yeah,
forget
I
how
actually
much
googled it last night. It was a 325,000.
325,000.
Yeah,
So
but
compared
I don't
to
know.
Halloween 2, which like had a 2.5 million budget. Halloween 6 had $5 million. Halloween 4 had $5 million, and Halloween 6 and 4, like those movies suck ass. Even with that big of a budget, like for three hundred and
Yeah, I
twenty five
mean,
thousand dollars for Nick Castle, who made $25 a day to play Michael Myers and to like create such an icon, like I don't. It's just something special, man. Like low budget movies that like impacted everything. Like
yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna say, like, yeah, this movie
yeah,
does have things that you can appreciate, of course,
yeah.
but I'm sorry, man. I just wasn't a fan.
It's.
It
I mean,
it's just
I respect your decision. Your Yeah, I respect your opinion, but
opinions can be wrong.
yeah,
It's basically your thought process right now. Your opinions can be wrong, but now
um,
look. I'm gonna say right now. I haven't mentioned this, but the movie right now is rated at a 96%
yeah,
on Rotten Tomatoes, and we've mentioned this before. Like Rotten Tomatoes doesn't always have like the best, I guess, reviews, opinions, whatever. But this one, I completely disagree with. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's too high up, and I know like
yeah. I disagree
it's
too. I think it should be higher.
Oh my
100%.
god.
100%. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things you can appreciate about this movie. It started off basically, I don't know, I don't want to really say, I don't want to sound wrong, but it kind of started off the career for Jamie Lee Curtis, kind of, didn't it?
Yes, yes. After like this movie made her a scream queen. Okay, so by the way, this movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis. We haven't really talked
Yeah.
about the cast or the writing or the director or anything, but this movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis. Put her on the map. She did a bunch of horror movies after this, like Terror Train, Prom Night, which I think both suck ass also. But like, if you just want to watch old school Jamie Lee Curtis and like slasher movies, like they're not that bad. You can have a decent time. Um, but yeah, it cemented Jamie Lee Curtis as a scream queen, the scream queen in my opinion. I have the biggest crush on her, even now, to the day, to the day. I see that gray short hair. I'm like, damn.
Eh, the whole time we're watching the movie, it was so funny because every time Jamie Lee Curtis comes on screen, it was like we were all saying like, dude, she's supposed to be playing obviously a high schooler,
Yeah, yeah.
but that woman looks 60.
She did not look 60 back then. She looks a little bit older, sure, but
No, dude,
she doesn't
she
look
looks so
she
old.
doesn't look that old in the movie.
Dude,
I
it's her no, it's her face. Like she just naturally looks
Yeah,
old.
I'm gonna look
I
up
don't know
how
why.
how old was she during Halloween?
Like it was funny because like obviously like all the movies I know
She
Jamie Lee Curtis,
she
she's
was
always has gray hair.
she
So
was 19 years old when she made that.
she looks like 40, dude. Like no exaggeration. Look, okay, like I know I keep going down,
It's
but
the
no
genes.
exaggeration.
It's the
Yeah,
genes.
yeah, no exaggeration. She looks at least 30 in the movie.
like
It's just
literal
her
genes,
face.
like denim genes, guys, not like biology
Yeah,
genes.
because they were saying like they're like mom jeans, or I don't
Yeah,
know what they're called
yeah.
anymore.
Awesome. She looks really. Um.
I mean, I liked her fit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It
man.
was a nice fit, but
So
it like she looks
yeah,
old. Her face.
it's kind of a fun fact of like how Jamie Lee Curtis got hired, um, because she plays Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode is like this smart, like virgin conservative character, and Jamie Lee Curtis has said like multiple times that she always found it really funny that she got cast as that part because she was the complete opposite. She was like Jamie Lee Curtis acted more like Laurie Strode's friends than Laurie Strode. So it's just kind of ironic that she ends up playing like the nice girl down the street type
Yeah.
character.
Talking about the characters, I did not like the characters, but I mean, I guess that's the point. It's the purpose. I mean, they're gonna get killed anyway, but
Yeah.
they were
Um
really annoying. I couldn't bring myself to feel anything for them. You get me?
the
On the
the the only the only characters that I like or at least remember liking are Donald Pleasant's character. Um, he plays Dr. Sam Loomis. I love him. I love Laurie Strode, especially in later movies. She gets like big characterization, and then they just gets retconned. Um, and Michael Myers, I think, is also he's not much of a character. Like he doesn't have that much personality, but he's like this force of nature. Like they give him a lot of characterization just through like his actions.
yeah, definitely.
So those are the big three. Those are the ones I like.
Now, I looked up a fact, and I thought there was, I mean, another point to give it to Halloween, because I didn't really like this movie, but another point to give it to it, that is that this movie took less than 2 weeks to write the script. So
Yeah,
it's a really cool
that
fact
that, that
because
makes sense. Yeah,
I mean it does make sense because the script is
it
not that great,
it
but
doesn't.
it's cool that it was made in that short of a time.
No,
Actually,
okay.
10 days.
Well, I don't think the script is great in like the teenagers part, like the writing.
No, it's not
But
good.
when it comes to like Sam Loomis and when it comes to like the themes of the actual movie, it's really good. like there's this part where Laurie's in class. It's an iconic moment. She looks out the window. She sees Michael Myers. She turns. She looks back. Michael Myers is gone. But the teacher's talking about fate. She's talking about fate, and she's asking Jamie Lee Curtis a question. And Jamie Lee Curtis says that Samuels, the author, proposes that fate is this like this unrelying force of nature. And there's some
Force
more
of
stuff.
nature.
But basically, Dr. Sam Loomis feels the same way about Michael. He thinks Michael's like the epitome of evil. He's not human. He refers to him as it, and a force of nature, like not to be reckoned with. So like the script is actually really cool in some parts, like when it wants to be like really like interesting and intriguing.
Yeah, it does. It did have some nice parts here and there of the script, but I feel like the rest is just like filler. You get me?
Yeah, but I mean, like it's just like dude has to kill people, you know.
Yeah,
So you have to write
but
like after writing all the cool stuff, you have to be like, oh, now we got to write the teenagers that have to get killed.
yes. Okay, but so we haven't even talked about it, but you gotta mention like what happens in the movie.
Um. Okay, so let me just say, so the script, the screenplay, I think, was written by John Carpenter, who directed the movie, who did the music. Um, iconic music, by the way. Like it's
The one song in the entire movie.
there's three iconic ones. And Deborah Hill also helped write the screenplay. It's just Michael Myers is this dude who killed his sister. He's been locked away at an institution. One night, he breaks out of the institution and decides to come back home. He kills a bunch of babysitters. That's the whole plot. That's it. Originally, I think the movie was meant to be called The Babysitter Murders, but then they decided to change it when they saw that the movie takes place on Halloween, and they were like, "Well, Halloween is like a better title." And I think that changes for the better. If the movie was called The Babysitter Murders, I think it'd be like lame.
Yeah, it's not a good time. I mean, Halloween. I mean, of course, everyone knows it's a Halloween, but it's of course it's a pretty iconic like title for a movie. I mean, when you say Halloween, everyone thinks Michael Myers or the
Yeah,
holiday. It's
I,
either
I
that or Michael Myers.
and then I feel like if you had a movie and especially a series just called The Babysitter Murders, like parts two, parts three, I don't think it would have taken off. I don't think you would have. I feel like maybe like one sequel, but not like 12 or 10 or however many there are now and are in the works.
Yeah, I mean, there's like I mentioned in the beginning, there's so many movies right now about this, and it gets kind of confusing. It's kind of overwhelming at the, but we're not gonna get into it that right now.
Yeah, right now
Um,
there's 12 movies that have come out, or one of them is about to come out.
yeah, this it's overwhelming. I don't understand why they do so much, but I guess it's just for the money at this
That
point.
yeah, man, that was how it was in the 80s. Friday the 13th, there's like also like 12 movies. Nightmare on Elm Street has
Yeah,
six,
I don't know how many. I wouldn't know. You're the horror
has
movie guy.
like nine, I think, or eight.
Now, I wanted to ask you, uh, like, just your general opinion. What's your opinion on Michael Myers?
I love Michael Myers. I love him in this first movie because you don't get any of like the bullshit backstory that they add in like later movies. He's just like a dude, but there's like this ambiguity. There's this mystery that like is like tacked on by Loomis. That like, oh, is he really more than just a dude, like a human? Like, is he actually this force of nature, or is he just like some crazy guy? But I love him. I think he's way better in this movie and like the newer ones, like the 2018 one. I think he works way better in these two movies than he does in like four, five, six, and especially the remakes. I don't like the remakes that much. Um, but I love Michael Myers. Like he's iconic.
Now, Where does he go on the rating
Like
of
movie killers.
movie killers that you would want to bone?
Oh, would want a bone. Um, maybe like number two,
Damn, who's number one?
number two or three, because I have a thing for Ghostface.
I mean, you were dressed up as him yesterday,
Yeah, I
but
was dressed up as Ghostface. I also have a thing for Candyman. I love that voice. I love Tony Todd.
yeah, Tony Todd does
So
have a really great voice.
he's voicing Venom in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, the game.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for that for sure.
I'm super excited, dude. Um, and yeah, I guess
Yeah,
Michael number three. He has a mask. He has a whole silent but deadly thing going on. You know,
yeah.
like my farts. Um,
Oh my god. Okay. Now I was gonna say like Michael Myers. Yeah, obviously everyone knows. Like I mentioned before, when you say Halloween, it's either the holiday or him. It's what you
yeah,
think about,
yeah,
and it's an iconic serial killer. But honestly, I think my mind was like kind of ruined because I saw the 2018 one first,
yeah. In
and
the
and
yeah, he's way more brutal in the 2018 one
yeah,
compared to this one.
because in this one, I'm just gonna say like the killings were lame. They were really
Yeah,
lame.
yeah.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
he's a creep, and obviously that's point of that's
yeah,
part of it. Like that's a good part of his character and everything. But like it was lame. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I no, no, that's completely fine. I think it's more of a product of the time than anything else.
Yeah,
Because as
probably
like
just because it's older, you know.
yeah, as these movies went on, some of them got more violent. Uh,
Yeah,
the Rob Zombie ones especially were pretty violent. The 2018
maybe,
one is really violent. Um,
maybe, yeah. No, I just think that I don't think it aged that well. Um, like obviously, like I said, to set the standard and everything, but I just don't think it aged well because like people are, like now are more into, it has to
yeah,
be violent, it has to do this thing,
yeah, yeah.
hit specific points.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. That's completely fair. I think I know I said this I think yesterday. I'm gonna paraphrase, but I said that that's like a thing that movies kind of have to do now. Like they have to cater to like the audiences of now, where we expect like super gory movies. We expect like loud jump scares in our horror movies and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, so obviously, and
Yeah,
if you're gonna make a reboot to like Halloween, like up the violence, up the body count,
yeah.
but
I think, I mean, maybe it's my own fault for thinking that way, that they kind of ruined my opinion on it.
mhm.
But I don't know. I mean,
No,
I don't know if it's just me. Like, I'm not like
no,
the best
I
movie critic, you
no,
know?
I think it's fair because when you go to like when you see a bunch of modern movies now and then you go back to see something that came out like 43 years ago, I think obviously there's going to be like a huge disconnect with what you expect, especially when that movie gets like as hyped about as like Halloween. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of course.
Like,
Yeah,
dude,
I mean, I think it's also that.
hey, I'm afraid you're not gonna like Jaws. Like, I feel like
Really?
maybe people are gonna overhype it, and you're gonna be like, ah,
I
whatever.
mean, that's what I've heard like all the time. Like, also, I was about to say about Halloween,
Yeah,
that it was probably overhyped, and I still thought
mhm,
there were going to be like a lot of kills.
yeah.
But how many kills did he actually get? Maybe about like six only, maybe, maybe a
I
little more
think
than
it's
that, maybe.
no, I think it's five because he kills his sister, the mechanic, Bob, Annie, and Lydia. So
Yeah.
five kills.
That's the thing also. Now you mentioned the characters, or you remembered me. When we were watching the movie, like all of our friends, we were so
It's
confused.
dude, it's because three of them start with the letter L. Lori, Lindsay,
Yeah.
Lydia, and
Yeah,
Loomis also
we
starts
were
with an
so
L.
confused on who is who, and maybe it was our own fault because we weren't paying attention in the beginning,
Yeah, we
maybe.
were we were joking around a lot, like
Yeah,
while
but
watching the movie.
no, dude, but dude, they're like living in, okay, I don't remember like this very well, but they were living in like one or two streets, and like everyone was at each other's houses, but not their own. and I don't know. It
Yeah.
was so confusing. Like, whose
Yeah,
house is this? And then I
they're
was like, who's he killing? And who's Linda? Who's Annie? I was so confused. But I mean, I caught up at some point.
yeah, after a while we were all like, oh yeah, this person's that person. And this that. And even I got confused and I had seen the movie before and I had known like who was who.
Yeah, I
And
remember
even
Leo got mad at you because he was like, "Haven't you seen this movie before?"
yeah, and I was like, I've seen it like once or twice. I'm just I was just as confused.
Yeah, we were. It wasn't just me. Like, we were all confused. Like, who
No,
was
yeah,
who?
everyone was asking questions
Yeah,
about like the character names specifically and like whose house they were at.
yeah. One part that was super weird there for me is that I think what was his name? Bob,
Yeah,
the
Bob,
one with the glasses. That
mhm,
him and his girlfriend. I don't remember the girlfriend's name.
Linda. Oh no,
Yeah,
Lydia. My bad, Lydia.
yeah, because I couldn't care about the girlfriend's name. But anyways, they went to their friend's house to have sex. Why?
Yeah, they went to
I
Annie's house
why would they go? And
because
then it wasn't even just like on the sofa. They went to their parents, the friend's parents'
yeah,
bedroom.
they went because the house was gonna be empty because it's Halloween, and I
Why?
think
Why?
I think Annie had called them and they were like, I'm gonna go pick up Paul and then we can have like sex in separate
Yeah,
bedrooms.
I remember we were talking about it, but Bob said something pretty sus. I'm not gonna say it, but
Oh yeah,
it was
yeah.
super sus.
Should I say it or
Nah, I don't want to risk it.
okay? Yeah, it involves a minor. Um,
Yeah. No,
that's all I'm gonna say.
I actually didn't catch it, but I don't know who were someone
It was
pointed it out.
Andy pointed it out. Like
Yeah.
I got confused because I thought he was talking about the other friend that also starts with the letter L, but he was talking about the little girl
Yeah, no.
that
It was
Annie.
very sus.
Yeah, I just realized he was. That's because he was talking to his girlfriend, and I thought they were talking about the girlfriend.
I
Because
I can't.
whether
Like, you
I'm
see, I'm so
I'm
confused.
I'm confusing myself right now. But
The
that was
only
just yesterday.
the only characters I fully remember is Laurie, obviously, and Bob because he had the glasses.
Yeah, and
Cool
Michael
glasses, by the way.
Michael does that really cool thing where
Oh yeah.
he fucks with it he fucks with her girlfriend by like
he I
he comes
think
dressed as a
that
ghost and he has like the glasses on. It's
I
so
think that's
good.
the best part of the movie, honestly.
It
One of the best parts.
the parts that always stick with me when I watch that movie is just the really long tracking shots
Oh yeah, I noticed that right away.
in like the dead of night and you just hear Michael breathing and he's like watching you and you feel like maybe he's watching you like you know the person watching the movie sometimes
Mhm.
especially at the end when he just dips and you get the shots of like
Yeah.
all the houses he was at and you hear his breathing he's still out there.
I'll
um
give him this. I mean, they did a good job on the aspect of like Michael's kind of a creep. You get me?
yeah, yeah, you really feel like unnerved sometimes and one of the kills especially like if it was like a modern horror movie it would just be like super quick like one and done like I choke you or I stab you. But when he's in the car with Annie and he's like strangling her it goes on for so long and there's no music it's just her like in pain, right? She's like
Yeah.
moaning. It sounds like they're having sex. The windows are fogged up. It looks like they're
Yeah.
having sex. And then the only time music comes up in that scene is when Michael finally stabs her, and it's just a quick like, and then that's it.
Yeah. The one song in the entire movie.
No, that was a different song.
It's the same song, just different parts, dude.
Whatever.
Because we were making fun of this to Sebastian too. It's like it's the same fucking song. And
They,
you
they
said
they
it was
do
a director, right?
yeah. John Carpenter made the music. They do use the same track for for a bunch of the like the Michael stalking scenes, but I think it's specifically called like Michael's theme or it's like something else.
Yeah. I
I
mean, also that it's not just like Michael Myers, like, and it's not just like the Halloween name, but it's also the song. Everyone knows that's Michael Myers' song.
Yeah.
every single person can identify, even if you have not seen the movie. Like me, I had never seen Halloween, even before the 2018 one that I had never seen. You instantly know that's Michael Myers. Like it's all just connected, you know.
Yeah. Well, Michael specifically has like two themes in this movie, the first soundtrack. So I think those are the ones that get played a lot when he's like just walking and like lurking, because
Yeah,
I mean they were made specifically for that. Um, one of them is only like a minute 35, so I'm pretty sure that's the one that gets used a lot more.
yeah. Now I have two things that I wanted to say. The first thing, since we were talking about Bob earlier, but like we kind of skipped over it. I wanted to point it out, like the way he killed Bob
Oh,
was
oh yeah, yeah.
not good at all.
No, man, I love that. I love that.
I mean, it's a cool
It's
shot.
it's such an iconic shot.
Like it's a cool shot. Like for the people listening that don't know which scene I'm talking about, basically, Bob hears a noise in the kitchen and he turns around. He's looking everywhere, like, oh, it's either his friend. He's like, Annie, like, what are you doing? Or like but he's like completely alone. And it's okay. So it's not Annie. He says, oh, like, what's his name? Lindsay, his girlfriend. Like he's like, Lindsay, just
Lydia.
stop, Lydia, stop playing around.
Lindsay's the little girl.
Yeah, you see, I don't remember. But he's like, Lydia, stop playing around. And he like, no one answers. So then that's when Michael just pops out of the shadows, I think in the closet.
Yeah,
Uh
I think he's in the pantry or something.
yeah, the pantry. And he pops out, he strangles him.
He lifts him
And
up
yeah, strangles him and then lifts him up against the
like the
wooden
door. The I think it's the door or
it's like where you store like all the kitchen stuff, I
yeah, but
think.
I think it's specifically like a door in front of that. But I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
it was something like that.
but
But
but but basically, Michael just stabs him and like
yeah,
props him up against the wall, and he just
yeah,
like he like does like the classic like head tilt,
yeah.
looking at his work.
He stabs him while he's still like lifted off the ground.
Yeah,
So he's basically hanging on that wooden thing, the door or whatever.
yeah,
But like, yeah, it's a cool shot. But
yeah.
everyone pointed out, dude, that does not look
Nah,
real
dude,
because
Michael's just that strong.
no, it's not that. It's not that. It's the point that that knife is definitely not long enough to go through him and to go enough deep into the door to hold the body weight of that guy.
Bob was
Like
just
it
a
just
skinny
doesn't look
Bob.
real.
Bob's a skinny guy.
Yeah, sure.
I
You
mean, they
see,
do that.
it's the bias.
They do that. No, they do that in the 2018 version too. But to be fair, that guy was skinnier. But
Yeah,
they do that in the 2018 version also.
yeah. I mean, it's you gotta like copy shot to get me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just it didn't seem real, and I mean the most real kills that like are more believable was like the one with Annie, of course, when he's like choking her,
Mhm.
or also Lydia, he choked her with the phone cable.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Lori's on the other end, and it sounds like sex again.
Yeah, it does sound like sex again. There's a lot of it sounding like sex in this movie.
Yeah, that's like one of the underlying themes, kind of like people think that's why like Lori survives, even though it wasn't intentional. Like because she's a virgin, like that's why she survived, and that's why they have like that trope in horror movies now
Yeah,
that the virgin always survives.
that's now that you're mentioning that, that's what I wanted to talk about too. They don't explain that. They don't. And I mean, at least I don't remember. But the like I remember I asked you and you told me, but they don't explain why Michael specifically goes for Lori and her
For Lori,
friends.
they don't explain it in this movie. Um, they explain why in the second movie, but then that gets retconned.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
go by what is like actually canon.
so originally it's just Michael maybe had a crush on Lori. Maybe he just thought, she's like the only pure girl in the city.
How would he know though?
It's just about mystery. You don't. I don't think there's supposed to be a reason why Michael chooses Lori. It just happened. He just happened to go for Lori.
I guess, but it's just that I mean, I'm kind of hating on the movie right now, but it just like it doesn't seem realistic because like I feel, I mean, I don't know
I
how a
mean,
serial killer would think, but I just feel like he would go
yeah,
for anyone that he wants. You get me?
yeah,
But like
he does that more in the 2018 one where he goes like
for anyone,
he just goes random people. But
yeah,
in this one, I think it could be considered random also.
yeah.
Like
I don't think it would be considered random because like he's like specifically like, was like looking at them and like he would follow them and everything, but just them. And it's like there's more people around, dude. If you want to kill, just go kill someone else. But like he specifically went out to look for them, and I don't know, I kind of didn't like that because I mean, if they were gonna go that way, I would have liked it for them to explain it more because I don't know,
nah,
like maybe
nah.
they knew each other. I don't know.
I think this movie works better when you don't have an explanation because um
I don't like that.
like I said, it's all about the mystery. It's about the ambiguity. You feel like this could happen in your town. Like
No, yeah, I get
um
that. I feel
and
like it would have worked if like there was mystery with the characters, but if the audience knew, you get me?
mm, well, I think that suspense comes from mainly like when Michael specifically stalks because you know the characters are in danger, but you don't know when that danger is going to strike. Like when Annie's doing her laundry, Michael Myers is behind her, but he doesn't kill her yet. He has so many opportunities. She gets stuck in the window, um, kind of like a like what are you doing, step bro, type situation, and Michael doesn't do anything until later. So it's just that
Yeah.
anticipation and that build up. And
I don't know. Michael, yeah, he's a creep and all, but honestly, I don't think he's the best serial killer.
oh, I agree. I
He
like I
does
said,
not know how to kill, honestly.
like I said, I prefer him in this movie. Um, well, in the 2018 one, like the newer ones, because it's that the current timeline. But compared
Mm.
to all the other ones, I'm like, yeah, this Michael Myers is like, or I mean, I'm sorry, compared to like Jason and Freddy Krueger, Michael's not my favorite. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he's a good serial killer because, like I said, I mean, he could have killed anyone he wanted, but he specifically went but for them. But I mean, I guess, but I mean, it's also like the whole thing. Like now we're going further into like the movie that like he doesn't die.
yeah, he
How? I mean, I get that
he
part. I
doesn't die.
actually that part I actually like appreciate like the whole mystery point that you're trying to make.
Yeah, yeah,
That like how does he survive?
yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows.
You're supposed to be left like, well, like what the hell's going on? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I guess like sometimes yeah, I can appreciate that like the mystery like
yeah,
you leave it up to the mind.
it's just that trope, like it invented the trope of like the killer isn't really dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like in
I
Scream,
just
like it gets referenced like every ending, every Scream ending. Like Jason isn't really dead in his
of
movies.
course.
It just happens. Like
I just feel like
this movie invented it. To be fair, I think,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a nice touch, but I
maybe
feel like
Black
there's just a
Christmas.
there should be a limit though, because like if you are like not going to kill
Yeah,
the guy, there has to be a limit. You have to explain it at some point.
yeah,
Like
but I think because this movie was so low budget, I don't think they thought they were gonna get a sequel. You know what I mean?
maybe
Like the sequel came
that's the
out,
point.
I think 1984, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, I typed the wrong thing. Oh, 1981. So it came out 3 years after. So I think they wrote it to just be like a one and done. Like, ooh, the killer could still be out there. He could go to yours.
Maybe maybe it should have been like that.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I think maybe they should have stuck to just one movie, or they should have done an anthology like they tried to do with Halloween 3. Um, but they didn't know they were gonna make another one, and I think if
Yeah,
like viewing this as a standalone movie, I think it works. Like that ending, that
yeah.
mystery.
I mean, something that we haven't even mentioned uh about Michael Myers is the mask.
Oh yeah,
Is I just remembered it right now. Like it was
William
it.
Shatner, baby.
I think it's funny
Yeah, no,
that William Shatner's face is just like the face of a serial killer, basically.
yeah, I forget I forget like why they got that one. I think it was just because it was like they needed a mask or they thought the killer should be masked. Um, and one guy just went to the store and grabbed like the cheapest thing he could find, and it happened to be a William Shatner mask. And then they just painted it and dyed its hair brown. I mean, it's iconic now, but it's funny to think that it all came from William Shatner.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty funny. And now I mean now something also that I wanted to mention is that I this movie was really short and
Yeah, it's like what, like just an hour
now it's
20?
31.
Oh, 31. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it was really short. I
Yeah,
mean,
it flows by really fast compared to
it
the 2018 one.
it
How long
does
is that?
it does go fast, but I do gotta say that it still felt slow. It felt really slow. And like I said, maybe I'm just nitpicking, hating on the movie or something, but
I mean,
it felt slow. And like
I
compared to like Carnage, I mean Venom Let There Be Carnage, and like it was practically around the same time, you know? And
yeah,
it that one was really fast and this one was really slow.
but man,
This
I don't know. I don't think you can compare those two movies like that.
No,
Like
I know,
Carnage
but
sucks, but this one is good. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
get
don't
it.
know.
I get
I
it.
don't know.
I was just thinking of an example because like they're around the same time,
yeah.
like only minutes apart, and like it's the pacing. The pacing does like a really, uh, I mean, in this one, I would say it's bad, and I think Andy
I
agreed with me too that it was.
I kind of disagree because I think the pacing is good because you feel like it does take place in just one night. You know, you
Yeah,
you're basically in the point of view of Michael the whole time, and Michael, he's a slow dude. Like he just walks. Like when Nick Castle like got like when he did the scenes, all they did was all they told him was to walk from point A to point B. Nothing else for direction. Just walk from point A to point B and look as robotic as you can. Like look as inhuman as you can. And
I guess.
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm defending this movie because I feel like I have to defend this movie.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's all right if you want to defend the movie, but like I said, I mean, opinions can be wrong, you know.
Yeah, yours opinion too.
And I know I'm going like all over the place, but like something that like also bothered me is that it's Halloween and there was literally no one on the streets.
No one trick or treats.
No one. I think I saw like two kids trick or treating in the entire movie, and it was like all like still like daylight. Like what the fuck? Like I get it, like oh there's some kids like oh there's a boogeyman, whatever.
Yeah,
But like still how you just how are you gonna have a Halloween movie and talk about trick or treating and everything and not have a single kid on the streets
yeah.
at
Okay,
night?
you know I will give you that one because one of the cooler scenes in the new one, the 2018 one, is when Michael is like just
Yeah,
on the street with everyone trick or treating.
I
That
remember that. Yeah,
that's my
that's
favorite. That's my favorite sequence in like the whole
yeah,
2018 movie.
yeah. I mean, I think we're pretty much done talking about the first one. Yeah, I mean, I mean
Mm,
how it ends. I mean, they're at whose house is it? I don't even know whose house it is, but it's
uh,
Lori and Michael, and also it was kind of funny. It was kind of cool also the way that Lori stabbed Michael in the neck, and then he just like woke up. Or not woke up, but
yeah,
like
he like fell
he's
down, and then afterwards he's like, "Ooh."
yeah, he I remember it remembered me of the Undertaker from
Yeah,
WWE.
yeah.
I think maybe that's where Undertaker got it from.
Probably.
Probably,
That's
but I
I
mean,
mean, a
I think
lot
like
of
that's a cool thing about Michael.
yeah, a lot of horror movie like villains did that afterwards. I know Jason has done that a couple times. I think I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, yeah, the way they just move up, like sit up,
Yeah, it's so
like
cool.
it's
It's so cool in that part. Like,
yeah. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things you can't appreciate about this movie.
Yeah,
It's like it did set a standard for everything, and obviously, like we see Michael Myers for face for a second, a couple seconds,
yeah,
and then the doctor shoots him and he falls, and he falls out the house, out the window, and you see his body for a second, and then he's gone.
yeah. Uh,
That's it.
you see him fall, and then Laurie's like, "Was that the boogeyman?" And Doctor Loomis is like, "Yes, indeed, it was the boogeyman." Or some stupid like thing. Some, and then they look back and he's gone, and then he just hears breathing. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's how it is.
yeah, pretty much. And then we see like all the different timelines.
Oh wow.
What?
Wait, that from a budget of 300,000, the film went on to make $47 million. So that would be 150 million like now, I think.
Damn, they made a lot of profit then.
Made a lot of money.
Well, now we know why they wanted a sequel.
Yeah, yeah.
But okay, but since you're the expert on this, please explain like all the different timelines.
Okay, so I have a diagram to help me out. I've seen all these movies. Um,
Wait,
so
actually, you actually have seen all of them?
yes, yes, I have.
That's impressive, actually.
Or actually, I don't think I've ever seen Halloween 2, like Rob Zombie Halloween 2. I'm
That's
not
crazy.
I'm not sure. Okay,
That's
so
crazy.
Halloween 2, it takes place right after Halloween, this one. It's not directed by John Carpenter. I think he wrote it with Deborah Hill again, but I don't think he directed it. It takes place like in the hospital mainly. Like Michael Myers, Laurie Strode gets sent to a hospital. Michael Myers is like, I'm gonna find this bitch. I'm gonna kill her. Um, Basically, it doesn't work out. Michael Myers dies, or dies in quotation marks, because he was supposed to be dead. Because in Halloween 3, there is no Michael Myers. This is the start of a separate universe, an alternate universe. So in Halloween 3, which I think is kind of like underrated, I like it's a good Halloween movie. Um, Halloween 3 is about an evil warlock who makes these like microchips and puts them inside masks so that he can kill a bunch of little kids across the entire like USA during the time they watch like this weird ass commercial. And it's about one doctor trying to stop all of that. It's crazy. It's weird. In one scene, you see the original Halloween movie, like in this movie. So it's just weird. Like I remember seeing this on TV after seeing Halloween 1 and 2, and I was like, oh man, I wonder what's gonna happen next. And then I was so confused why there was no Michael Myers for the entire movie. I thought maybe they got the title wrong or something. I was so confused.
You thought you put the wrong movie in.
Yeah, yeah. Or I thought the TV like just glitched out or something. I changed the channels like midway. um, so
After
Halloween,
that,
Halloween's 4, 5, and 6 are the start of um. It's a different timeline. Like so, 4, 5, and 6 they take place after Halloween 2. These are called the Thorn Trilogy. So they follow Jamie Lloyd, who is a niece of Michael Myers. Oh, I forgot to say, in Halloween 2, it is revealed that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister. So yeah, that was the big like reveal. And so in 4, 5, and 6, Laurie is dead. Michael is going after Jamie Lloyd, and there's an evil cult that is keeping Michael Myers alive. So Michael Myers is this entity that just cannot die. Like it's explained.
what?
Yeah, there's a cult. It sucks ass. Especially six. Six. Um,
Wait, but in this is all connected to the first one,
yeah, it's
or
connected
no?
to the first and second one in this timeline.
So they skip 3.
Yes, because three is it's a different thing. Because 3 was supposed to be the start of an anthology about Halloween movies.
Okay.
they were all supposed to take place on Halloween, but it was supposed to stop being about Michael. But people didn't like that. People got mad that they didn't have Michael. So that's why Halloween 4 is called The Return of Michael Myers. But there's a
Mm.
stupid evil cult. Halloween 6 is weird because it has Paul Rudd in it.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah, Paul Rudd in one of his first movies. He plays Tommy Doyle.
I gotta
So,
see that movie.
so he plays the little boy that Laurie babysit in the
Oh yeah,
in the
Tommy.
yeah he plays that, and
I might see that one just because of Paul Rudd, dude.
yeah, they're not good. But yeah, Paul Rudd is in it. It's nice to see Paul Rudd, I guess. Um, so yeah, after Halloween 6 is a new timeline. Um, after Scream came out, and after these meta horror movies, they decided to do that with Halloween, and they made H2O or Halloween 20 years later.
Halloween
So
water.
yeah, so this one takes place after Halloween 2. Laurie Strode is not dead anymore, like she is in 4, 5, and 6. Um,
Oh, I didn't
she-
know that. You didn't mention that.
oh,
He was dead.
I forgot to say she's dead. Um, so in Halloween H2O, she's back to life. She moves to LA. She's a teacher. Her son, she has a son. They go to like this boarding school type deal. Um, Michael Myers comes back. I forget how he comes back. Um, but he comes back and Laurie Strode like at the end like beheads him, or at least what she thinks is Michael Myers, because in the next movie it is revealed that Michael Myers swapped like his outfit and his mask with a paramedic, and that is who Laurie Strode beheaded at the end of H2O.
What the?
So, so in this movie, Halloween Resurrection, Laurie Strode is in a mental institution, and Michael Myers has come back to finally kill her, and he does. He throws Laurie Strode off a building, and Jamie Lee Curtis said, "I'm never going to do another one of these movies ever again." Until 2018, and the rest of Halloween Resurrection is just lame ass characters exploring the Michael Myers house. There's Busta Rhymes, famous rapper Busta Rhymes. He does kung fu karate on Michael Myers and kicks his ass.
Oh God.
But at the end of the movie, Michael Myers is not dead. But who gives a shit? Because the timeline would reset again with Rob Zombie's Halloween. The first one is the same thing as John Carpenter's, except Michael Myers gets a lot more backstory, and it sucks ass. I don't like the backstory at all.
Why is it different?
Like he just gives like he makes Michael like Michael's from a broken home, so it's like, oh, that's why he's a serial killer, because
He
his
didn't come
parents.
from a broken home in the first one.
No, or
Well, you did. You didn't see because you only
no,
saw it
no,
for like a minute.
no. Like his parents are like Michael, and they're wearing like nice suits, but in this one, his parents are assholes. Like, and they all talk like awful because it's Rob Zombie dialogue. They all say like fucking shit every 5 seconds.
Like us.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Um, so yeah, and Laurie Strode is not as good as in the first movie. She doesn't come off as like innocent or like, she's just not iconic. I will say though, the Sam Loomis in this one is pretty good. He's played by Malcolm McDowell. He's pretty good. And Halloween 2, Rob Zombie, I never saw it, so but I hear it gets weird. I hear there's a lot of symbolism and just like absolute.
Yeah.
I don't
To
know.
me, this is overwhelming. This is way too much. They did not need to make that many Michael Myers movies or Halloween movies. What's the
It,
point?
it's so weird because I would think
Who greenlit this, dude?
um, producers, Universal. Um,
Stupid. But
well,
okay, so how did they decide, or why did they decide to get the to now the 2018 timeline?
I don't know, man. I think they were just bored. No, or I think the director was like, he like they like pitched the idea to John Carpenter, and John Carpenter was like, yeah, okay. I'll produce the movie. It sounds cool, and and they just did it.
I mean, we don't have that much time to talk about the Halloween 2018 movie, but I mean, we practically know the story. I mean, it's about Lori. Now she's a grandma, and she's kind of like, what? How did you say that? She doesn't have that much interaction with like her family, like her
Yeah,
daughter and her granddaughter.
she's really secluded and like really scared, which is something I really like. I really like the trauma that you
Yeah,
feel.
I like, it's actually a really nice touch that they added, like she's still like
Like
protective
yeah,
over,
like
of Halloween. I
40
mean,
years,
yeah,
yeah, like 40 years later, and she's still like suffering from what
yeah,
Michael Myers did. And it turns out she's right, because the night Michael Myers breaks out, like shit hits the fan basically.
yeah, pretty
Uh,
much.
yep.
And I mean, I gotta say, like, I mean, I mentioned this in the beginning, that I saw this movie before seeing the first one, but I enjoyed it. I mean, let me look up the rating. I gotta say, like, I thought that, like, it definitely kept me entertained because, I mean, like we mentioned before about all the things that horror movies do now.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movie right now is rated at a 79%. 2018 movie, and I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, the horror
Yeah.
movies don't usually
I
get that good ratings, and I think that's a pretty good rating.
I definitely enjoyed this movie. I saw it this morning. I didn't finish it. I got up to the part where Michael finally reaches Laurie's house, but I had some other stuff to do around the house. But I enjoyed it for the most part. There's some
Yeah,
stuff, like I said before, that obviously like the movie has to cater to like like how to make horror movies now, because you
yeah,
can't
it's different. It's different.
you can't have like a slow burn movie unless like it's an art house horror movie. um you know what I mean? Like you can't have Michael Myers be like a slow burn type deal.
Yeah.
You have to up the kills, you have to up the blood. But I enjoyed it for the most part. Like I said, my favorite scene is when it's a super long tracking shot. Michael Myers walks into the street, he sees all the trick-or-treaters, and he just goes through different houses and just
Oh yeah.
kills.
It's a really good cool shots. Those shots that they're doing there with,
Yeah,
like, you see like the whole difference between like the freaking trick or treaters in on Halloween night. In the first one,
yeah,
no one was there,
yeah,
and in this, it was actually nice that they added that,
yeah, yeah.
and I appreciated that. And
That
like the
that
the kill count was very high. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know the kill count from the top of my head, but
I mean,
that long tracking shot is my favorite part of the Halloween 2018 one. Um, I don't like the new Doctor that much. I forget his name, Doctor something with an R, I think, or something with an H. I do not like him, especially when he like puts on the Michael Myers mask. What's his
what
name?
why do you think that Michael Myers is so attracted to that mask, specifically that mask? Because they go into it a little bit in the beginning of the movie.
I don't know. He probably thinks he's William Shatner, and he's like, I'm gonna have sex with
He's a
alien
Star
bitch.
Trek fan.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna have sex with alien bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
I don't know.
But
I don't know why he's so attracted to that mask. Maybe because he's like a little bit deformed, at least in the first one.
maybe.
In the
Um,
2018 one, they show his face a little
they
bit,
barely show his face in the
but
second
he's like
one.
he's like blind from one eye because Loomis shot him probably, or he got stabbed by Lori. But he doesn't
Yeah.
look that
Yeah, he
ugly.
doesn't he doesn't look that bad.
Yeah,
But I mean, they didn't show his face that much. Um, um
I do. One part I thought was really funny. He goes into the bathroom because one of the podcasters is there. She's like peeing, and Michael is like creeping through like the little stall like openings. He's like, and then he just drops like a bunch of bloody teeth on the floor,
oh yeah, I
like
remember that.
like a big weirdo.
Yeah, he definitely creeped me out more. And they did a good job on that part.
Yeah,
And
I I,
just
I he is creepy, but
Yeah. But then again, I mean, he went again for Lori, but I guess in this one he
yeah,
actually does
and
have like a connection to Lori.
in this one, it's like, oh, she's the girl that got away, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
So this one
And
it makes sense.
the pudgy kid, I forget his name. He's like, he asked Michael, like, did you, was there ever a girl that you wanted but you just couldn't have? So I guess, that's the connection that
Yeah.
Lori's the girl that Michael could could never have or
Yeah.
couldn't get.
And the whole scenes like when they're in the almost at the end of the house. I mean, at the end of the movie when they basically tricked Michael into like the basement.
Yeah,
They
that part
and
that
so
part was that part's sick.
it was a really cool scene. I
Mhm.
gotta admit, like the whole thing where like I mean they're trapped in the house and they have to go around and scrounge it and they go to the basement and they basically trapped them in the basement
Yeah,
and like they set the whole house on fire. I thought that was an awesome ending.
yeah.
I really enjoyed that ending. But then I
But
learned that it was a trilogy.
of course, Michael's not dead. And
Yeah.
even at the end of the 2018 one, like there's a shot of him just looking up at this at like through the opening
Yeah.
where
In flames.
yeah, and then afterwards he's gone. Like
Yeah.
so it's supposed to be like, oh, is he dead? Oh, who knows? And then boom,
Yeah. At
Halloween
that
kill
point, I didn't know, but I guess that he would
Halloween
be alive.
Halloween
But then
kills is
obviously we know well at that time after I saw the movie, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be a trilogy.
yeah,
And
Halloween
then that's
kills is coming out this Friday, this upcoming Friday.
Halloween kills and then Halloween ends, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, that's the third one, but I think they have more planned after that.
Yeah. I've already heard from some reviewers that this new movie Halloween Kills is not that great.
Mm.
And I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing, but in the trailer, they already explained like how Michael Myers escaped,
Mhm.
which I didn't like that.
Which yeah,
They shouldn't have done that.
I got the trailer as an ad, and by the time I knew it was Halloween, I was already like halfway through it, and I was like, damn it, man! Like
Yeah. I mean, why would you do that? Like, who made the trailer? Why would you show how he escaped? That's not cool. But whatever. They should have done just like a teaser or something, but like not showing how he
yeah,
escaped.
yeah, they should have just had like a scene that makes you think it's like a different movie,
Yeah.
and then
Complete different movie.
like you see Michael walking on the background, and he's
You
just
see
like
his mask.
lurking, or you see something like pick up his mask. That would have been way better.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I just think this whole movie, since we know it's a trilogy now, like there's basically no point for it.
Yeah,
So
I kind of hate that they like do that now. That they announce like
that it's a trilogy.
yeah, that they announce movies that are in production. Like
Yeah.
I miss the time where you can be surprised, because like back then, as some actors would work on the movie, you didn't even know it was a Friday the 13th movie until like you're on set. You know what I mean? And until like
Yeah.
it got released.
I guess they
So
do that just for like the hype factor or something,
yeah,
you know?
but it just sucks now that like you go into the story and you're like, oh well, Michael Myers isn't gonna die unless they do something completely crazy, which I
Yeah.
doubt. Which I doubt.
Okay. So we've been talking about this for over an hour, a little bit over an hour now.
Yeah.
Now, before we finish the episode, we have to rate the movies because I mean we didn't talk about 2018 much, but we'll still
Yeah.
rate it.
Look,
So
if you guys like just slasher movies, I think Halloween is a good first slasher to watch because it sets you up to watch possibly stuff that's more
yeah,
enjoyable. And I think the
yeah,
2018
definitely,
one is like a good modern slasher. It's a good continuation to the first movie. Like it's
yeah,
enjoyable. It's like a modern
yeah.
horror movie. That's
I'll definitely agree that like if you want to watch slasher movies, you can start off with this one for sure. I mean, and from there, in my opinion, it's just gonna go uphill.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah. But okay, so what would you rate the Halloween 1978?
I would give it either. I think I would give it a 9 because I do think it's horror history. I love Loomis. I love Michael Myers. I love Laurie Strode. I love this the what's it called the I think it's a cinematographer, or he was the principal photography guy. He went on to work on stuff like Jurassic Park and a bunch of other really good movies. So I appreciate his work in this movie a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got yeah, I might call me biased. I don't care. I like this movie a lot.
I mean, it's okay to be biased, dude. It's just like, come on, like, you gotta understand. Like, some people just they didn't like it that much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. That's why I will rate this movie a little harsher. I will give it either a 5 or 6 out of 10. I don't know what to give it. 5 or 6 out of 10. William Shatner's.
Oh right, I forgot to do a funny thing.
Yeah, William Shatner's. And what about the 2018 one?
Um, I would give that one a 7.
Yeah, I would
Either
give it
I
what?
think a 7. Yeah, I think I was gonna say either 6 or 7, but I think a 7 is better.
I would give it 7.5, almost closer to 8. But yeah, 7.5. William Shatner's again.
7. Man, what the hell happens in that movie? Oh, 7 phones in nacho cheese out of 10.
Okay, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed the episode. It was definitely something that I enjoyed talking about because this is one. I mean, Halloween 1978 is probably one of the first movies that I don't agree with Sebastian
Yeah,
that it's a good movie.
that's really interesting because we've always had like the same
Opinions on movies.
opinions, especially on this channel. But I'm happy we
Yeah.
finally had something to disagree on.
Yeah. I mean, it's not always like agreeing here. And I mean, it was nice to talk about different opinions on this. And I mean, let us know what you thought if you have seen the original and the new one in the comments. Tweet at us. You guys already know we have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all the social medias. Follow us, subscribe on YouTube, leave a like if you enjoyed. We appreciate every one of you guys. We're growing day by day. We really appreciate the support, and we hope that you enjoy the next episodes because we have other spooky movies coming up in the following episodes.
Yeah, so spooky. I don't even remember what we're talking about. That's how spooky it is.
I know for sure that we're going to talk about Trick or Treat
Yes, Trick or Treat.
and also Malignant, which is one of the new ones.
Malignant is crazy.
Yeah,
It's
Sebastian saw it, but I haven't seen it. But I'm definitely excited to talk about it.
I Trick or Treat is gonna be fun. I think you'll like Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully. I mean, I thought you guys were gonna like Halloween, maybe, but
Hey man, it's not
it's
always
cool.
wins
It's so
here.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes you miss.
Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Stay Till the Credits podcast.
Mhm. I don't have anything to say. Just check out our stuff that's coming up next.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Bye, guys. Oh my god, I gotta stop recording. Oh, no.